Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you, amazing people, great and wonderful people across the world. Wherever you are connecting from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okike Abịama guide and strengthen you wherever you are. More especially my brothers and sisters that are in Nigeria. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abịama will continue to guide you, continue to protect you, continue to secure you. We will all live to see Biafra. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. In the name of Chukwu Okike Abịama. Today is another day we have come to share views. And if you can see the title that I placed there, the title came in a kind of a question. I wrote the title in form of a question. What is the best Christmas gift we can give to our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Have you thought about that? Every Biafran have to answer this question. What is the best Christmas gift we can give to our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Have you asked yourself that question? We know we are in a period of a season that everybody knows, a popular season. This is a season that everybody in Biafra land has a feeling about. Everybody feels the presence of the Christmas. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a traditionalist, anywhere you belong. When it comes to the time of Christmas, we all have the feeling. We feel it. We see it. Look at your left, look at your right, you will see the feeling. You see people sharing gifts, see people contacting their neighbors, see people doing all manner of things. Have you asked yourself, what is the best gift we can give to our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I am going to answer you the question, but before I answer you the question, I have to let you know the person we are talking about. We are talking about the Supreme Leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not somebody who needs introduction. We know him. We know him by what he does. We know him by his attitude. We know him by his own kind of person. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the symbol of justice. That is what I call him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing for every indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria. He's not just for the Biafrans. He's not just for the Southerners. He is not just for the Christians. He's not just for other people. He is for every indigenous tribe in the contraption called Nigeria. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter where you be. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking up for every people, including those of them who are pretending, still talking about one Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is equally fighting for them. That is the person we are talking about. We are talking about a man who has sacrificed everything sacrificable to make sure that you are free, that I am free. We are talking about a man who has given it all. He gave up everything because of you, because of me. That is the man we are talking about. We are talking about a man who is very educated. He has everything he needs. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that you are now know, is a prince. He's a prince, and now that his parents are late, he is a king. Don't forget that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a king. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen, very well educated. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man who has rejected an offer, a Jewish offer that no man in that country called Nigeria have rejected. An offer that no man living in that country called Nigeria can reject. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected the offer. They gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every offer you can think of. Talk of monetary offer, talk of position, including an oil well. He rejected it because of your freedom, because of my freedom. What did he say? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said what he wants is freedom. Freedom, not his own freedom alone. Left to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is living comfortably well with his family in United Kingdom. But because of you, because of me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sacrificed everything sacrificable, including his own parents. Today, the palace of the king was destroyed because of you and I. That is the man we are talking about. He gave everything. And he said he will never ever betray Biafra. It doesn't matter the cost. He said it is either Biafra or death. And as he's fighting for Biafra, he is fighting for every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria for self-determination. That is the man we are talking about. Now I ask, what do you think is the right gift to give to that man who has given it all for you and I? What do you think is the right gift to give for him? Let me tell you, the only gift you can give to our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only gift that every single Biafran, it doesn't matter your position, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your language, it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter what you trust. The only single gift you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which will equally affect you, is the gift of total civil disobedience in Biafra land. Total and absolute compliance to civil disobedience in Biafra land. That is the only gift we can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas. Civil disobedience, sit at home on the Sunday and sit at home on Monday, including on the Christmas day if you can. Sit at home with your family. For those of you who are Christian, who are always talking about attacking, let me tell you, Bible made us understand in Ecclesiastes that there is time for everything. It is so sad that you are a Christian, most of you, but you don't read your Bible. I am a Christian also. Our Bible said that there is time for everything in the sun, under the planet Earth. There is time for everything. A time to live and a time to die. A time to marry and a time for sorrow. A time to sit at home and a time to move out. There is time for everything. This is a time for sorrow. The only gift we can give to our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is a gift that will affect every single one of us, is the gift of civil disobedience, total civil disobedience in the southeastern part of Nigeria. A civil disobedience that is going to trigger the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Total shutdown on Sunday and on Monday. It is not a time to marry. There is time for everything. So many Christmas will come when we go to Biafra land. So many Christmas will come when we will celebrate. So many are lining up to come. But as I'm speaking to you now, it is not the time to marry. It is only those who do not have conscience. They are still the people who are busy on talking of merriment. Even when you can see the handwriting on the wall, you can see the handwriting on the wall that these people we are talking about do not want you alive. They don't want to do anything with you. They have attacked the Biafrans from all angles. Not just the Biafrans. The southern part of Nigeria has been attacked from all angles. Mainly economically. They are the one attacking us economically. But when they try to make their speech, they will divert it and say that we are attacking economy. Every economic attack we are making in the southeastern region is affecting the Janjaweed. And it is not against our people. It is against the power that be. The economic attack we are making is against the powers that be. Those people who want to kill us. Those people who are bringing the Janjaweed to kill us. They are the people we are attacking on a daily basis. It is not an attack against the ordinary people. Chukwu Okike Abiyama will not allow our ordinary people to suffer nor die. We are doing what we are supposed to do. The single gift you can give to our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this holiday, the single gift you can give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas is a total compliance to civil disobedience. Absolute and total compliance. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. Even on Christmas Day, it is not a time to marry. This is not a time for merriment. It is so sad that we are the people in the southern part of Nigeria are never serious with anything. The Janjaweed are bringing the attack. These Fulani herdsmen, the Janjaweed Caliphate, they are coming with their attack from all angles, from all sections. They are not relenting. They are attacking us from all fronts. Economically, they have shut down the border with their government. The government in their hand. They shut down the border. Not only shutting the border, they use the Fulani Janjaweed to destroy our farms. Make sure that our farmers are not farming. Economic attack on the southern part of the village, especially in Biafra land. They have destroyed our businesses by setting fire in markets. They set fire in markets, set fire in business places, destroy homes. Economic attack on us. But you and I that are Biafrans, what economic attack are you giving to them back? What economic attack are you giving back to the Janjaweed government and their people? Nothing. As we are speaking, December is at hand. People are now preparing for celebration. But do you know the most painful and annoying thing? You see some idiots. They are running around to buy cow. People are buying cow. Buying cows in numbers. Giving their traditional rulers. Even villages. Villages will take money that they are supposed to protect themselves. They go and buy cow. They go and buy cow and share to the people. Cow meat that you know that this cow that these people are selling, the Fulani cow I'm talking about, Fulani cow is defiled. It's a defiled meat. The death that we are having in the southeastern part of Nigeria today is because of Fulani cow. The blood that are being shared in the southeastern part of Nigeria today is because of Fulani cow. Yet, see the Biafrans rushing to buy cow to celebrate their so-called Christmas. You are empowering the Fulanis, increasing their own economy, even when they are planning on daily basis to destroy your own economy. You are handing them over your cash, buying up their cow, the cow that they have brought to kill you. It is so sad. If you must eat cow, don't we have the Ehibo? We have the traditional cow, the Efibo, that is much more healthy. Efibo, that when you look at it, if you see Efibo, you would like to eat it alive. When you see the Efibo, the traditional cow, you will want to eat it raw because it is healthy. Very healthy. When you look at Efibo, it is very healthy. By men looking at it, you want to eat it raw. You that is trying to display your wealth, you want to tell us that you are rich, you have money. Why don't you go and purchase Efibo? If you must eat cow, why don't you go for Efibo? But instead of going for Efibo, you will still take your money to go and empower the people that are killing you. The Fulani herdsmen whom we have said we don't want them in our, you are going to empower them. You will see people, go to the social media. Go to social media and check. You will see people buying cow. Not one, not two. They buy cow as a gift to their traditional rulers. A community will take the money that they are supposed to empower themselves. They will go and empower the Fulani to buy cow and share a defiled meat to their people. The meat that you know they are making love to. The meat that you know that they are not healthy. The meat that can... Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that this Fulani meat cannot be exported anywhere in Nigeria? Have you gone to any country and seen where they are exporting the meat of the Fulanis? That cow, no country will accept the meat. Even the African country, they don't accept the meat. That is how dirty and how defiled the meat is. But instead of us looking the other way around to empower ourselves, we are still empowering them. Even medically, red meat is not good for your health. Red meat, it's not good for your health. It is not good. But you see people, knowing fully well that this thing is not good for their health, this is what they are buying to praise their people, to showcase that they have money. If you want to showcase that you have money, you want to buy cow as a gift, why don't you go for Efibo if you must buy cow? Go for Efibo. We have the traditional cow. A traditional cow that is very healthy. Me looking at it, you want to eat it raw. You can't compare it to the Fulani cow. Fulani cow that when you see it, when looking at Fulani cow, you'll be seeing the disease with your own eye before you eat it. A defiled animal. A defiled animal that you know that they make love to. Fulani make love to the animal. When you are eating it, you're not even sure if you are eating a real meat or you're eating human being. You're not sure of what you're eating. You're not sure. Thank God for the social media. When we say certain things, it is no longer a mere hearsay. Sometimes when you say, people say it's a propaganda. But everything I'm telling you, go to the media, watch very well, make investigation. You will see everything that I'm saying you. On video, you will see people making love. See these Fulanis making love to the animals. You see them they change to animals from time to time. They change to animals. The evidence are there. The evidence are there. If for Jonathan, have you asked yourself, why is it that their meat cannot be exported to any other country? They are only forcing it to the southern part of Nigeria. They are only forcing their meat to the southern part of Nigeria. Have you asked yourself, why is it that they don't export their meat even to other African countries? But they are forcing it on you, on the southern part of Nigeria. Have you asked yourself why? Have you asked yourself why? It is because the meat is defiled. Let me tell you, in this season that we are in the struggle for our freedom, it is not the time for merriment. The Bible says there is time for everything. The season and the time that we are now in the struggle for Biafra is not the time for merriment. It is not the time for celebration. This is the time for you to activate everything you can do to affect civil disobedience that will trigger the release of mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the time. This is the time of sorrow. A time of sorrow. It's not a time of merriment. And the greatest gift you can give to our supreme leader, mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in the hand of the DSS, the greatest gift you can give to him, as I'm speaking to you now, the gift you can give to him is the gift of total civil disobedience and shutdown in Biafra land. civil disobedience. On Sunday and on Monday, total lockdown. That is the only gift you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this gift is not just to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is gift to your own self, because it is what will trigger the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the freedom of every Biafran. That is why I love listening to our brother Simon Ekpa. The way he broke it down, the way Simon Ekpa broke it down, even a layman will understand it. That until we do something extraordinary, they can't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for those of you who think it's a child's play, do you know what it cost the Janjaweed to go to Kenya to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and rendition him to Nigeria? Do you know the cost? Of course you don't know. Do you know what it cost them? The Janjaweed know that kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya is against the international law. They know it's an international crime, yet they committed that crime. They sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, which is another crime, yet they committed that crime. Do you know the cost of taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya and rendition him to Nigeria? If you know the cost, you will know that it will not be cheap. It will not be cheap to release him. If you know the cost, you will know that releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be by begging. It cannot be by begging. It cannot be by playing down the situation. That is why if I see some group who are playing down the situation, you don't want to be called a terrorist, you don't want to do this, you are playing even protests that people are holding all over the world, they are calling it down. They are shutting down the protest. People are no longer protesting. You are no longer protesting. You think the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come cheap. It cannot come cheap because his kidnap didn't come cheap. The kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not cheap until we make this Janjaweed know that it is much more expensive to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in than to leave him outside. They will never leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is a true word. Believe it or not. It is a true word. Go and digest it within yourself. After digesting it, then think about the greatest gift you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas. Ask yourself, what is the greatest gift you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas? The only gift that you can give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas is the gift of total civil disobedience. Absolute civil disobedience. The one that have never been seen before. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be grateful to receive that. There is nothing else you can offer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is time for everything. This is not a time to marry. It is not a time to marry. Those of you who are busy organizing programs, forgetting what matters. This is not a time for organized program. It is not a time to marry. It is not a time to marry. This is a time to fight like never before. A time of war. That is the time we are in. It is not a time to marry. For those of you who are empowering the Janjaweed that you know that are fighting you economically on different angle, the Janjaweed are fighting us economically on different angle. They have used their government to make sure they shut down the border. They shut down the border. They make sure that we cannot be able to make money. Even the trading that we are doing in that country called Nigeria, they are coming up to the burning the markets. They set fire on market to burn it. They set up checkpoints everywhere. To make sure you don't move. They make life unbearable for you. They send their Fulani Janjaweed, the killer headers. Fulani killer headers, the terrorists, they send them to the farmers to kill the farmers and make sure that the farmers don't go to farm. You see that every day. Yet, what do you do to retaliate? What do you do to fight back, to make sure you relieve yourself? What you do is to go and buy their cow. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. When you go to social media, you begin to share tears. The way our people are empowering this Janjaweed, even when we are crying on daily basis that we are being killed by these Fulani people. We are being killed by, yet we are the one paying their bills. Who told you that you cannot make celebration without a cow? If you must buy a cow, why do you have to complain that Efibo is expensive? If you feel you have money, go for Efibo. Go for our traditional cow. Our traditional cow is expensive and beautiful because we spend time to train it. When you look at our traditional cow, men looking at it, you want to eat it raw. Men looking at it. Instead of empowering your own, you are busy empowering the Janjaweed. Go to social media. You see, even a community will gather money from the poor people. They will go and give to Fulani and buy a cow. A community will buy a cow. It's a shame. It is a shame. And it's high time we wake up. It's high time we wake up. I ask again, what will you give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas? How are you going to celebrate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas? What is the best gift to give to our supreme leader Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas? Ask yourself. Christmas is a time of gifting. It's a time people give gifts. People give gifts, different kinds of gifts. It is a shame that some people are giving cow, which is death. What does cow represent? Cow represents death. That is what it is. Fulani cow. Fulani cow represents death in Biafra land. That is what it represents. Each time you see Fulani cow, what does it remind you? Ask yourself, each time you see Fulani cow, what does it remind you? It reminds every one of us of the killings that are happening in all parts of that contraption called Nigeria. And when people are giving gifts, you don't see any other gifts you can give. It's that same Fulani cow, that same symbol of death. That same symbol of death, that is what you are using as a gift. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Won't you be ashamed of yourself? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ask yourself, what is the gift you will give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas period? There is no other gift you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu except massive civil disobedience in Biafra land. Every Biafran person and everybody that is well-meaning, everybody that needs self-determination in Biafra land. If you are sincerely a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you are concerned about the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what you have to do is embark on a massive civil disobedience like never before. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. Not only that, increase it by making sure that you do not give your revenue. Don't give your revenue to the local government, to the state government, and to the Fulani Janjaweed. Stop empowering them financially. Stop empowering the Janjaweed financially by paying revenue to them. Don't pay. Do not. The economic attack that they have brought to you and I, they started it. And they are still doing it. They are still doing it, bringing economic attack against us. Instead of us fighting back, we are busy relaxing. Instead, we are busy fighting each other, demonizing ourselves. Instead of us making a suggestion that will touch heart, a suggestion that can move mountain, we cannot. When somebody brings a suggestion that is going to work, what do? They attack him. Some will claim that because they are the right hand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some will claim that because they have been following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for donkey years, that is why they must not obey anybody except them. Some will claim because they are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for donkey years, you don't follow any other person except them. Some will claim just because that they have the poster of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their platform, that they are the only people you will listen to. Some will say that just because they swore an oath that they never obey, that you have to follow them, they swore an oath. But go and check. The people who are making all those claims, they are the people who are standing against everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents. The only thing that will make Biafrans to listen to you and follow you is when you stand on the truth and nothing but the truth. Stand on the truth and nothing but the truth. If you are not standing on the truth, stop wasting your time asking Biafrans to follow you. They will not. But when you stand on the truth and you are doing what you are supposed to do, you don't need to beg Biafrans to follow you. They will. Biafrans will definitely follow you. Of course they will. You don't need to force it. You don't need to demand for it. You will earn it. If you want to have followership for Biafrans, you earn it by your truth, by your consistency. That is the only foundation. That was how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became who he is today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became an icon and a symbol of justice in the country called Nigeria today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became a symbol of justice because he is truthful and consistent, asking for one single thing: freedom for all. Freedom for all. It doesn't matter how it comes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows how expensive it is, and he's willing to give it all to make sure that everybody in the country called Nigeria is free. He has been fighting for a very long time. Fighting for you, fighting for me. Making sure that our voice is being heard. But what do? People are relaxing. Some people are relaxing, feeling that it doesn't concern them. It's none of a business. Some are cashing in into that name that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have built. That very foundation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have built, instead of using it to elevate the freedom, some people are cashing in it to dupe other people. Some people are standing even on the hallowed platform, in a hallowed platform that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have stayed and preached the gospel of truth. Today, what do you see? People go there to gossip, go there to speak against their own people. They go there to hand over Biafrans to be killed. Something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never ever do. Today, mazi Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in jail because of you and I. He's languishing in the hand of the DSS because of you and I, because he wants to fight for freedom of his own people. He wasn't fighting selfishly for himself. It wasn't about him. If we are to be about him and fame, mazi Nnamdi Kanu will have all the fame already. He has all he is. He has all. If mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to come out from detention tomorrow, it's a question of denouncing Biafra, and that's the end of it. But mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave up everything. He gave up his family. He's married with a beautiful wife and beautiful children. He gave them up. He's in DSS being held captive. He gave his father and his mother. A king's palace was destroyed because of this struggle. Today, mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying a high price for you and I. What are you going to offer to him this Christmas as a Christmas gift? What are you going to offer to mazi Nnamdi Kanu? This is not a time to marry. Your Bible tells you, for those who are Christian, that there is time for everything on the planet Earth. There is time for everything. A time to enjoy, a time for sorrow, a time to live, a time to die, a time for peace, a time to fight, a time of war, a time of peace. We are not in the time of peace. We are in the time of war. We are in the time to fight. It is not a time to marry. This is a time of trouble. It is not a time of celebration. The only gift you can give to Australia mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is going to affect your own self is a gift that you give to your generation unborn. It's a gift of a massive civil disobedience this very Christmas. A massive civil disobedience, that will be your Christmas gift to mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that will be valued even by Chukwu Okike. The only gift that Chukwu Okike will value, that you will give to mazi Nnamdi Kanu, massive civil disobedience. Sunday, massive sit at home on Sunday, like never before. Even on Christmas Day, stay with your family and eat. So many Christmas have come and gone, and so many more are coming. This is not the time for celebration. Never. It is not the time for celebration. It is not the time for marry. I know so many of you who are Christians are so much attached to Christmas. They are so much attached to Christmas, even when you know that the Christmas you are talking about doesn't have much to do with Christianity. I am not talking against it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't celebrate. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be part of any celebration of Christmas. But what I'm saying, in the season that we are now, there is a time for everything. This is not the time to celebrate. The only gift you can give to mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a Christmas gift is a massive civil disobedience. Engage in it. Involve your family. Involve your friends. Do not participate in any program that is being held on this Christmas. Wherever there is state program, stay away from it. It is going to save your own life. Not only for the freedom of mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for freedom of unborn generation. It will save your life. It is not a time to marry. The Janjaweed have sent their Boko Haram in the south that part of Nigeria, in Biafra land, to kill as much people as they can, because they know Biafra is coming. And they are waiting for people who are going to celebrate in this Christmas. So many people will lose their life. If you are not careful, you might be one of them. This is not a time for celebration. If you are in Biafra land, what you have to do to save yourself is to embark on the civil disobedience on Monday and Sunday. Be part of it fully. On Christmas Day, stay at home with your friend and family and enjoy whatever you have. It is not a time to move around. It is not a time to marry. They have come. The enemy have come. What is their plan? To kill, to steal, and to destroy. Make sure you don't fall a victim. Make sure you don't fall a victim. We continue to speak, continue to shout, and continue to talk until Biafra comes. We will continue to enlighten people until Biafra comes. We will never stop. I personally will never stop. Even after Biafra comes, I will continue to speak. Because so many of us, our brain have been damaged so much. The brain of so many Biafrans have been damaged so much that they can't be able to comprehend issues anymore. Biafrans have been damaged by Nigeria, by the contract to call Nigeria. So many Biafrans have been damaged that their brain cannot comprehend issues anymore. So we still have a lot of work to do even after Biafra have come. You see Biafrans, people who call themselves Biafra, even when they see the truth, they can't embrace it. They fight against the truth for their selfish interest. They fight against the truth because it pays their bill. They fight against the truth in order to protect their family, in order to protect their friend, in order to protect their parents. They fight against the truth. But fighting against the truth is fighting against Chukwu Okike. How can anybody in normal sense be fighting against Chukwu Okike? How can? You are destroying yourself. Yes, you are destroying yourself. What is the gift they are going to give to Asri Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas? Is a question that will continue to ring a bell in your ears. Share this video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it to anybody that you know that need to hear what we are saying. The greatest gift that you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this season is the gift of massive civil disobedience. That is the greatest gift you can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this celebration period. The greatest gift that Biafrans, every single Biafrans in the old southeastern region, the south and the present southeast and the lower Benue, the greatest gift that we can give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas celebration is a massive civil disobedience that have never been seen before. A massive civil disobedience that have never been seen before. Engage on it. Sunday and Monday, sit at home. Even on Christmas Day, sit in your home with your family. Don't give your revenue to Fulani to continue to empower them. For those of you who are engaging in the buying of cow, if you must buy a cow to showcase your wealth, go and buy our traditional cow, Efi Igbo. Go and buy our traditional cow. If you must give a cow, go and buy it. But let me remind you, even the cow, the red meat is not allowed. It's not advisable to be eating red meat. Doctors made it known to us. Go and make the investigation by your own self. And for those who are eating Fulani cow, you are eating your death. Giving it as a gift, you are only reminding us of people who are being killed. The killing of the innocent. It means you are supporting everything that is wrong in Biafra land. How long shall we continue to support evil? How long? How long shall we continue to support that which is wrong? We can never continue. We will not continue to support evil. It is high time we wake up and begin to set the record straight. The people we are dealing with do not want us among them. And it is not just about the Biafrans. It is about everybody living in the southern part of Nigeria. This war is against everybody. Even every indigenous tribe, even in the north. The Fulani Janjaweed don't care about you. They care about themselves. They don't care about you. The country itself have already divided itself. The country itself, they have already divided the country. Already, as I speak to you, they're already practicing Sharia in the north. They are practicing Sharia in the north. That is why some medical experts who went to give them medical assistance in the north, is it in Sokoto or Borno, who went for medical assistance, we are being arrested by their police, not by terrorists, by Nigerian police. People who went to give medical assistance, because while they were giving that medical assistance, they were giving people audio Bibles. They were giving them audio Bible to support them spiritually. They were being arrested by the Nigerian government. When has it become a crime for you to practice your practicing the Islamic nation in the northern part of Nigeria and you're not free over there? You're not free. The country is already divided. But these idiots who are part of the southern part of Nigeria, who call themselves politicians, they wouldn't see that. Instead of fighting their people, they are supporting the demons who want to destroy their own people and empowering them also. But you and I, the ordinary people, shall we be silent and continue to watch? No. It is high time we fight for our life. It is high time we fight for our freedom. It is high time we speak up more than ever. And we will continue to speak. It doesn't matter if they listen or they don't listen. We will continue to shout on top of our voice until our voice is being heard all over the world. On things that are going on. They have come. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting on Radio Biafra. For many, many years, he has been shouting and speaking. Speaking on Radio Biafra, calling on people to stand up and fight. They thought it was a joke. Today, every single thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said is coming to pass before your own very eyes. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have talked about is happening before your own very eyes. What are you doing? And what is going to be your Christmas gift to our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? As a Biafran, Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. The only reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS today is because he is asking for the self-determination of Biafran people. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS, and nothing more. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in DSS because he killed anybody. He's not in DSS because he kidnapped anybody. He's not in DSS because he committed any crime. He is in DSS because he is asking for the freedom of every Biafran. Your freedom and my freedom. So I ask you, this Christmas period, what is going to be your Christmas gift to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? There is nothing you can offer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu than for you to make sure that the Janjaweed we know that holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down will be much more expensive than leaving him outside. How do you do that? By activating civil disobedience like never before. Activate that civil disobedience like never before. Chunk can never come cheap. If you don't know, go and listen at the interview that was granted to Attorney General of the Federation in China television. In that very interview, Attorney General of the Federation said that the issue of political solution is not in his table. It's not in his table. It's not in his table. He said it will only be in his table after considerations. What consideration do you think he's trying to make? When they have found out that it is much more expensive to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu than to leave him, of course they will let him go. And who are those that is going to make the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu very expensive? It is you and I. It is your action, my action. It is what's going to trigger them to know that holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS is very, very expensive. You make them they know that they will pay dearly for holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How are you going to do that? Civil disobedience. Nobody is calling you to go and kill anybody or to go and begin to pick up arms. We are calling on you to do that which is your own right. Civil disobedience is your right. It's your right. Legal right. It's your legal right. Their devilish and evil constitution even permits you to have civil disobedience. International law permits you to have civil disobedience. You have to engage in it. Engage in it like never before. Sit at home. The sit at home is not only going to trigger the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is going to save your life and keep you safe. More especially this celebration period when they have decided to kill every Biafran. This celebration period where they have decided to bring out all their weapons. They have come in masses. They didn't only come to come and fight, They have come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. The only way we can make them feel the impact of what we are doing, the only way we can make them know that it is very expensive to continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is by making sure that we trigger a massive civil disobedience that had never been seen before. The kind of civil disobedience that had never been seen before, that is where we are heading to. And let me tell you, we have to begin to consider to go into the gear 2. Apart from the sitting at home on Sunday and Monday, even on Christmas Day, sit at home with your family. Every program that is being organized by these evil men, these people who don't care, they don't care about you, they don't care about me. They are busy organizing their Christmas program. All these pastors and the elites and whatever you call them, organizing their program with their cows, buying cows, boycott every program that is being held this Christmas with those cows. Boycott them, let them eat their cow by themselves. Those are the civil disobedience they will do, and the whole world will begin to ask questions. Every place they hold any program this Christmas, don't go there. Stay with your family and celebrate your family if you must celebrate. There is time for everything. The season and time that we are in is a time of war, a time of action, a time that we have to do what we're supposed to do to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then I ask, what gift do you have to give to our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this Christmas time? I give my option. The only gift that you can give that Chukwu Okike Abiama will honor. The only gift that you give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will affect your own life and the life of your unborn children is to embark on a massive civil disobedience like never before. A civil disobedience that will make the political elite in Biafran land to begin to feel the impact of what we are doing. To begin to feel pain and begin to cry. Just like they cried when we were doing the sit at home. When we were embarking on sit at home, Monday sit at home, they cried and cried and cried and cried. And they begin to shout about the economy. And that triggered them to begin to talk about the political solution. That political solution. If you want the Janjaweed today to begin to call for political solution, not even our own people. If you want the Janjaweed to call for, to trigger that, to begin to raise up that political solution, you must have to embark on the civil disobedience like never before. That is what we have to do. The time is now, not tomorrow. The time is now. These people have come with war. And the war is on different fronts. Economic war, they have waged on us already. They have waged on us. But now in a seasonal time, our people have all of a sudden forgotten about the economic war that the Janjaweeds are fighting against us. They are now busy buying cow. Go to social media, you will see some idiots, some nincompoops going to buy cow, 1, 2, 3, 4, buying cow. Even villages, you see villages, village heads taking money from the money that villagers contributed to begin to patronize the same people that are killing you. The same people that are killing you, you go and buy their cow, 4 or 5, you go and buy it to feed your people. A cow that they make love to, a cow that is diseased, a corrupt cow, an evil cow, a cow that they're not even sure if it is human or not. If you must buy a cow and you want to showcase your wealth, why don't you go and buy the Efibo? Why don't you go for it? Why don't you go for it? Some of them complain, it's expensive. You want to show that you're wealthy, go for it. Go for it. Why are you bent on empowering the... It is so sad that people in the southern part of Nigeria do not listen. They are not ready to fight this war. The war that the Fulani Janjaweed are waging, they're not just waging it with AK-47. They are waging the war on different angles. The war that the Janjaweed is waging against the southern part of Nigeria, they are not just waging the war with AK-47. They are waging the war with every instrument that they have. They are waging the war with every single instrument they have. And where the war is being waged is not just on the AK. Even that of AK-47 is the least you can see. The economic war that they have waged, that they continue to wage on the Biafran land, is the one that you're supposed to be focused on. And you give them back what they are giving to you. These people are waging war against us, making sure that we are not free. And they think it's a joke. We must continue to fight until Biafra comes. We will never give up. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect everyone who has participated in this program. Secure him and set him free very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him. Send doctors spiritually to continue to minister to our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He shall never know any evil. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. He will be free. And Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to give him more revelations. And he will continue to send word to us. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your contribution. And remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video when I come again by grace of God tomorrow. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye.